NTFS is the file system of choice for Windows NT and Windows 2000 computers. NTFS provides superior system and file security and is most often seen in Microsoft networks where Windows NT and 2000 computers and servers are used. Windows ME, like 95 and 98, does not support NTFS because NTFS is not designed for home use. The f*** does that mean? Do you remember Bonzi Buddy? It was that, purple gorilla thing, or maybe it was a parrot in the older versions. But, it would hang out on your desktop and tell you jokes and stories and spy on your kids and sell all of your kids' data to data brokers who would then sell them to marketers. And Microsoft in the 90s had this sort of fascination with little cartoon character assistants who would help you use your computer. Because back in the day, the start menu and the desktop, all of that was really brand new. We've been used to the program manager or possibly even just text-only interfaces. So Microsoft thought if there were a little assistant that could explain things to you, maybe it would be easier to use a computer. And that is what gave us Microsoft Bob, which, if you haven't heard of it, I would recommend that you continue not hearing about it, because it's not good. It basically... It tried to explain everything as if you were a child, but the program gave you a bunch of, office, programs, here's how to create a budget, how to create a household chore list, how to write a letter, do stuff like that. So if you were an adult, you just felt like you're being talked down to, and if you're a child, you just wouldn't want to do it anyway, because what the hell are you going to do with a freaking, budget program? Bonzi Buddy was actually based off of the technology that was developed through Microsoft Bob. But Bonzi Buddy, it kind of worked. Because it was designed for kids. If you are an adult, you'd have no use for it. But if you were a child, well, hey, if you had a little purple gorilla floating around, you would want to talk to it and have it tell you jokes. And that's exactly what it did, in addition to other things. But Bonzi Buddy, I think, got it to work, because it was... Bonzi Buddy stuck with what it was supposed to be. A little cartoon character can do nothing more than entertain children, and that's all Bonzi Buddy purportedly wanted to do. But if you're not familiar with Bonzi Buddy or Microsoft Bob, you probably are familiar with the most infamous of Microsoft assistants, the paperclip. Clippit, or Clippy, depending on what version you went with, would hang out on your desktop while you were trying to write a document or a spreadsheet or whatever, and it would offer to explain things to you. And it was annoying. I remember it being annoying. Everybody I know remembered it being annoying. My freaking AI companion chatbot thought it was annoying. And to make matters worse, Clippy took up space, which, in today's age, 1920 by 1080 monitors, minimum. So space is not really that much of an issue. And you might even have multiple monitors. But back in the day, when you were running 800 by 600 resolution, or even 640 by 480, having to use some of that space for a paperclip to talk to you is kind of annoying, because space is at a premium. And as far as who it was marketed for, well, if you knew what you were doing, then the paperclip was annoying, because it was explaining to you things that you already knew. If you didn't know what you were doing, and you actually wanted the advice, having a cartoon paperclip explain basic concepts to you makes you feel like an idiot. It's like being on an episode of Dora the Explorer. So really, who would want this little paperclip? Well, children. The problem is, if you're a child, and again, I don't know this because I refuse to concede I was ever a child, but if you were a child, I would imagine you would not be spending your free time writing budgets on a spreadsheet. And if you are the kind of child who would do that, then you're probably in the other group of people who know what they're doing and now feel insulted. This whole series is meant to be a recreation of my past. That past, unfortunately, involved the paperclip. So, we're going to mess around with Office 97, specifically Word 97 in this video. What I want to do is explore some of the features I didn't know about back then or even now. And I found a couple of pretty cool features that I'll probably never use, but they're still cool. And to make this experience as authentic as possible, we will be using the paperclip. Okay, before we begin, we have to install Office 97. So, I have that ready to go into the disk drive, which is not opening, so that's going to be fun. What is this? Oh, it's just a help. Okay, I don't care about that. Let's do custom. I want everything. Oh, select all. There is a select all button. The innovative Office Assistant helps you get the most out of your software by giving you interactive assistance such as advice, help, and tips. Okay. If you have a modem, you can click online Reddit. I don't have a modem. Set up for Microsoft Internet Explorer 3.01. No, thank you. Okay. So, where is it? Oh, it's just here. Okay. Microsoft Word. Oh, there you are. What? Wait, Oh, I can't do anything. Unless I mess with this guy. Okay. So, I have prepared a handy list of tasks I want to accomplish. Okay, now, something I've wanted to be doing for a while, so we'll type in lines, lines, lines. And you've heard me complain about Control-A. It finally works. Control-A selects all. It's just so much easier to delete everything when you have Control-A. Okay. So, first task. You can disable the Office Assistant by pressing F1, which we are not going to do. What we are going to do is options. Okay. See, his name is Clippy. I think it was Clippy at some point, but let's see what else we got. Oh, that's even more condescending. What? Okay, that actually might be tolerable. Because at least if Albert Einstein is explaining something to you, it's probably something complicated. Okay. No. If you desire help on any aspect of this program, simply click me. Okay, it can morph into stuff. Power Pup! Not quite Rover, but he's cute. I don't even know what that's a... Okay. After spending all day playing, I guess I'm ready to help. Okay. Oh god, no. That's all I get? Okay, well, if it were me... I would probably choose the superhero dog. If I were setting this up for somebody else, I'd probably pick the genius. It's relatively simple. That's a cute little pun that only 400 IQ people such as myself would understand. We're just gonna go with Clip It. I want all help. Give me all the helps. Only show high priority tips. Nope. Show the tip of the day at start. Yeah, well, let's see the tip of the day. Alright, so let's exit. Do you want to save the changes? Oh, good. It's like the unknown from Pokemon or whatever. Alright, I want to see the tip of the day. Where is my tip of the day? Word. To undo or repeat several actions at the same time, click the arrow next to the undo button or redo button. You know, as of right now, he's not that annoying. I mean, he's not asking me questions every 5 seconds. Microsoft Binder. I'm the Office Assistant. Oh, he's going to introduce himself every time. Are his options per program? Doesn't look like it. Okay, whatever. I think the idea is you can have a bunch of different Microsoft Office programs over here and just cycle through them easily. let's check. Start a new binder. Let's just do a blank binder. Oh, how do I create a document? Add. All right, let's just add a worksheet. How do I get to the binder? Is this the binder options? Okay. Oh, add. Right-click and add. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I can move that here. Okay, so the idea here is you can see how easily I can just switch between documents. The Chronicles of Your Mom. Okay, and then the chart. Let's put that down. We should put it up here. I probably want that up here. Alright, so a chart. Food, gas, motel. I don't know how to edit this data, though. How do I edit the data? Series sheet 1A5. Series April. Alright, let's... Okay, so this saves a binder. We'll just put it on my documents. Our test binder of Doom 3000. Okay. So now it just has all 4 of these documents. So they're standard hello world, if I could spell correctly. Okay, now another thing we can do is, let's just open up Word. Here we go. This is an external file. There we go. We'll save as. Let's just call it external. Okay. So what I can do is add from file and import external. And now external is right here. Now I can make some changes to this and save the binder. And if we open up the old external, see it doesn't have the changes. Only in the binder does it have the changes. This is a pretty interesting feature. Again, space is at a bit of a premium, so having 2 documents open at the same time isn't that efficient, and your mouse is probably in this area, so it would seem to be quicker to go here to the left than it would be go all the way down to the taskbar. The other thing is if I have different programs open, so now I have Internet Explorer taking up space, and now Windows Explorer, I can have all my Office documents up here pretty easily. And you see the switching doesn't take that long. Not much of a lag. So I think this would be a pretty neat thing to have for the time. There's really no point in having it right now. And honestly, I feel like it would be easier to just create a folder. Like if I wanted to create a binder, I could just do this. Binder, or whatever you want to call it, and then just have the separate Office files here. I think that would be a lot easier. But this does allow you to have a lot of Office programs open, quote-unquote open, and a lot of other external programs open in the taskbar. So it's pretty cool. I'll never use it, but it is pretty cool. Alright, so that's binders. Let's, yeah, we'll save it. Oh, actually, another thing I want to do. Wrong button. Oh my goodness! I hate this! I can't I misclick this, and I can't close it or do anything until I tell this guy to FO. To change it to whatever. Okay. How do I open a template? Because I think templates are a thing. Open? Look in favorites, add to favorites. How do I open a binder template? What would you like to do? I want to open a binder template. I guess this counts. File menu, open binder. Oh, okay. Hey, check it out. I actually used Clippy for its intended purpose. So he's got... Oh, and these instructions stay on top. That's actually really cool. Okay, open binder. In the look inbox, where is Office installed? So it's probably going to be C program files. Microsoft Office. Templates. Binders. Wait, there are no binder templates. All files. What the heck is report.opt? Oh, here it is. Alright, thank you. So here's a report, a binder template for a report. Alright, so, oh, this actually pulls the current date. That's pretty cool. Okay, so here to type the client's address. Client is the man. I don't know zip code, so 55555. Alright. My Dear the, I am the king of Europe. So that's our letter, and the executive summary. Now what would be cool is if this information would update, but it doesn't. Let's see where I have to. Okay, so I have to manually paste it into all this stuff, so that sucks. All right, so here's our revenue. So we make $100,000 from Florida, $200,000 from Texas, and $7 from Washington. So our costs are about $5 in Florida, $5 in Texas, and $7 trillion in cost, and we have about 1% of the market share. Okay, so that's cool. Largest competitor has 95% of the market share, and then our second largest competitor has 85%, and then our third largest competitor has negative 80%. So that's how we get to 100%. That's pretty cool. Okay, here's our company slogan. Analysis. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Now, for the main event, we're going to go to Microsoft Word, and I'm going to go through. You can hurt yourself if you run with scissors. Okay, first let's get a document up. Well, that didn't work as planned, but let's just copy this text. Is there a paste special? There is. Just unformatted. There we go. For this next trick, I'm going to need multiple pages, so let's just paste this a bunch of times. If you hit Control F, you can locate a word, so it's at LAN, and it goes right there. Replace, I can replace LAN with your mom, and now everywhere it says LAN, it now says your mom. And he tells me, made 12 replacements. And go to. So if I want to skip ahead 3 pages, I guess I can plus 2, go to 2 pages. So I'm at page 3, 2 plus 2 again, I'm at page 5. You see, if I put my cursor right here before the word connection, I can type in super sexy connection. We are going to enable the worst thing in the world. Overwrite mode. See, now it's just blanking out everything I type in. And let's say, oops, I misclicked, so I need to... let's say I type in Jackson, but... Oops, I spelled it wrong. Let me back out. And now, this is the worst thing ever. You can disable it by double-clicking right here. You're supposed to be able to activate it by typing the insert button, but my computer has disabled that feature because it's smart. But I used to enable this feature a lot as a kid by accident, so if you've ever had that happen to you for no reason, you may have accidentally hit the insert button. Okay, here's something pretty cool. It's called Spike. So normally if I want to copy something, I'll copy please try the following. I'm going to copy it with Control-C, and then I can put it here with Control-V. Now let's say I want to do something like this. I want to copy please try the following. I'm going to hit Control-F3. And it cuts it out. Now, click Detect Network Settings. We'll also do a Control F3. It blanks it out. And then let's take this line and blank it out. And let's take this line and blank it out. And then what I can do is Control Shift F3, and it vomits everything that I've cut out using the Spike feature. An easier way to do this, I'll just open up a separate Notepad document. Let's say I wanted to collect those lines again. So I would copy, please try the following, paste it there. Let's say I want this, without the opening parenthesis. And let's say I want this, and I can just copy all three of them and paste them here. And let's say I only want the bottom two lines. I could do that here, paste it there. With the spike feature that I was using with the Control F3, you can't copy only the last two lines. But, I mean, it's still a decent feature I didn't know about, and he's got something to say. To go to, again, use the navigator buttons. We're going to go to Format Style Gallery. And we're going to create an elegant fax. Apparently, I don't know what that did, but let's try it again. Style Gallery. Alright, I want it to be an elegant... how about an elegant letter? Alright, so it changes everything, and now it's an elegant letter. And by elegant, it means it changed it to Garamond. Now let's say I want to make something bold, but I'm too lazy to highlight and click bold. So what I can do is highlight this, click this paintbrush tool, and now I'm at a paintbrush. Now I've highlighted and I've used this bold text as the baseline. So now if I just highlight something else, it becomes bold. Now this would be useful, for instance, if I made a bunch of changes. So bookmark old style size 12. If I wanted to make it bold and a different font and a different size, I guess this is a more efficient way to do that. Set up a multi-column document. Now this should be fun. I'm going to Control A to highlight all. Format columns. We want 3 columns. We don't want equal column width. We want this column to be second column wide, third column thin. Let's see. Let's put a line between. Ready? Boom! That is awful. Let's fully justify it. Okay. This is cool if you wanted to create a brochure or a newspaper, because now you have the nice little fold lines if you wanted to make this into a little foldable brochure. So that's pretty cool. You can create a text box, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Insert text box. We just draw a box. This is my text box. So there's our little text box, and you can see it's like hiding stuff behind it. But what we can do is format text box. Gonna enable. How do I enable wrapping? Okay. I guess we just click one of these. There we go. And now this text is like trying to exist, which is not easy. But if I move it, then it recalculates. I can even move it between brochures. See, that's pretty cool. Honestly, I don't understand what the big deal about Clippy was. I know, I was annoyed by it too, but I cannot for the life of me figure out why. He just sort of hangs out there in the corner. He doesn't really say much. If I'm using cool features, like, I don't know, let's just copy and paste. Alright, I spelled that wrong. Let's click a random-ass button. Let's just, I don't know. Let's add a comment. Your face annoys me. So my final verdict, Clippy is not annoying, at least not the 97 version, so he gets to live. In our next video, we're going to actually try to write something other than just nonsense. So that should be fun. Take care.